We'll go ahead and call the Planning Commission meeting to order at 5:32. Amy, could you give us a roll call, please?
Sure. Norm?
Here.
Joe?
Here.
Doug?
This is Doug. I'm here.
Thank you. And the mayor?
I am here.
Very
All right,
good. Thank you.
Could I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 26th?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from May 26th. This is Norm.
Second by Doug.
Amy, if you could just call a roll call on that, please.
Sure. Norm?
Yes.
Joe?
Aye.
Doug?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye. All right, this evening, thank you. This evening, we're here to review the request from the estate of Jerome T. Osborne Sr. in regards to 2 lot splits, including a copy of each application, a legal description for each parcel, a plat of lot split, and a staff report from Dave Radishy. Dave, we'll take your staff report at this time.
All right, Mayor. There are 2 lot splits. We have lot split A, which is approximately 16.1157 acres, and lot split B, which is 5.3241 acres. Lot split B is being transferred from the mother parcel and being attached to the adjacent parcel 14A24-3, and then the other parcel, the 16-acre parcel, is going to be creating a separate lot split, so to be able to sell the marina separately at a later point. These are technically out of order. They call lot split A. Lot split B should have been needs to be the first one to go. It needs to be approved first, and it needs to be transferred first, because it would create another lot split if we transfer A first. So we would need to approve the first lot split, 5.3214 acres, to be attached to 14A24-3, needs to be approved first, and then the lot split for the marina will go second. Both parcels meet zoning. Staff is recommending approval on the lot splits. There is one minor issue with the 16-acre parcel, and there's a little bit of land that will be not correctly zoned. They got a little piece of MI with the rest of the MR, which is marine recreational, so the owner will have to come back and get that rezoned at a later date. But I'm still recommending approval on both splits.
Is there any questions from the committee?
Doug, here a couple of questions, comments. First of all, I did some cursory checking on the GIS website, and it looks like these parcels are not all in the same name. Might be worth checking out. The second question is, did they perform a survey on the residual parcel of around 36 acres, I guess?
They did. I'm sorry, Doug. Yes, they did do a survey. I believe they did do a survey on the 36 acres. The 2 ownerships is not that big of a deal, because they can transfer the 5.3 acres from one ownership to the other ownership.
Okay.
So,
thank you. And my third comment is, I took a look at it, and I know that there's several large concrete structures within the right-of-way, but most of them are north of this property. So I guess it's not really an issue as far as this discussion goes. But according to the map, one parcel is still under the ownership of Northeastern Road Improvement, and the other one's the sand company. So that's a future issue. That's my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Mr. Flenner, do you have anything to add at this point?
No, only that to the south there, all the split parcel B will be consolidated. We have a deed prepared, and all those Osborne concrete and stone parcels will be consolidated into one piece. And then I think they're going to do another lot split after that. After it's all consolidated, we'll probably come back to you. I think they'd like to do something with the Fairport Harbor Yacht Club. So that'll be on the horizon here shortly.
Okay. All right, well then, Dave, could you walk us through the motion that we need to make then for the, to go with B first and then get into A?
That would be to approve lot split B. I need a motion. Someone will need a motion to approve lot split B. And a second. There are no conditions on it.
So
I'll
moved.
make a motion to approve lot split B. This is Doug.
And I'll second that motion. That's Norm for doing parcel B first.
Amy, please call the roll.
Yes, Norm,
Yes.
Joe,
Aye.
Doug,
Aye.
and Mayor.
Aye.
And then we need a motion to approve lot split A.
So moved, Doug.
Second, Joe.
Okay. And roll call will be Norm,
Yes.
Joe,
Aye.
Doug,
Aye.
and Mayor.
Aye. Okay, and just for housekeeping purposes, I just want to point out that Dave Radishy prepared and spoke on the lot splits this evening, and Amy was just calling the roll. Amy is the older sister of Tom Flenner, so I just wanted to put that into the public record. I want to make apologies to Amy for that as well. But no, I just wanted to point that out. So there was nothing that could be brought up later. Mr. Flenner, we look forward to talking to you again as you come back with further work for this committee, okay?
Sounds
Just
good.
Mayor, just
Yes.
real quick, Mr.
Mhm.
Flenner will have to submit deeds to the village to finalize the lot splits, and then either myself or the chief or Amy will have to sign off on the final plat, on the final deeds before they can be recorded.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
have you.
I have I'll call you tomorrow on that, Dave, if you like. Whatever's easier for you guys. We have all the new deeds prepared, even for the residual pieces. So whatever works best for you guys.
You probably could just walk them over to the village hall because it's probably closer from your office.
I would agree.
Okay, very good. Tom, that would be
All
your
right,
cue
well-
to get off.
I'm out of here. Thank you guys so
All
much. I
right.
appreciate it.
Yep, thank you
Thank
as
you.
well.
All right.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
Tom.
You too. Bye.
Okay, so that brings us to our third item. Dave, you want to go ahead and go over the review of the permitted zoning use table that you introduced at council a couple weeks ago?
Okay. A couple months ago, we were when we were doing the rezoning for the Stank properties, council brought up that they were concerned about the uses in the use table and what could end up on that property if it was rezoned to industrial. I suggested to them that we redo the use table for the industrial district, and council asked me to prepare a list of uses for that use table. I went above and beyond what they asked of me, and I did C1, C2, and C3, which are your three commercial districts, the I1 district, the MI district, and the MR district. MI is marine industrial, and MR is marine recreational. I also proposed that you create an I2 district and have I1 as being light industrial and I2 as being heavy industrial, because you have the Lionel Bell. What's that company?
Bissell?
Lyondell?
Lyondell, yeah. Lyondell Bissell, I think it is, down there at the bottom of the hill. And that would be your category. There'd be a good candidate for a heavier industrial district. And that way you could separate that from the rest of the industrial districts and just have light industrial and the assembly and the light industrial uses and the you could have automobile repair and body shops in that district. So the first thing, first question of the planning commission, do you feel that you should have two industrial districts, or do you rather stay with the one industrial district? It's supposed to be kind of a free flow conversation.
I'm okay with two. Like you said, I think we can apply it down at the Lyondell Basel site. So I don't have an issue with having two industrial zones, light and heavy.
This is Doug. I don't have a problem with it as well. I do have one question that probably appropriate at this point. A lot of our zoning definition in the text, it contains the phrase similar uses. Have you gotten as far as to look into that to see if that would be continued and under these new changes or not? I know I'm jumping ahead a couple steps.
One of the things that we will have to do, and didn't get included in your packets, I believe I included to the council packet, are new definitions for 1149, and have all these new uses that are being proposed in the use charts with new definitions. And similar use will probably be eliminated for most of the definitions.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, David.
Gonna clean things up nicely.
I have no issue with the zones either.
Okay. I have two. First thing you usually do with a new district or districts in general is to have a purpose statement for it to help define what kind of uses that you're going to have in that district. So for a possible purpose statement for a light industrial district is to provide a light industrial district is intended to provide a district that offers a variety of light industrial uses, automobile services, trade businesses, warehousing, and wholesale uses which operate in a clean and quiet manner. The district is intended to accommodate businesses in the community that cannot be practically provided for in other districts. And then for a heavy district, we can use to provide for a heavy industrial district to provide an area to serve a range of manufacturing uses, including those in processing large volumes of raw materials into refined products and or industrial uses that have significant external impacts. Does anybody have any issues with those purpose statements for those two districts?
No.
I don't believe I do either.
Yeah, this is Norm. I have no problem with that.
Okay. All right. Then the next thing would be currently Fairport Harbor has three commercial districts, C1, a C2, and a C3. We could divide the three commercial districts into a downtown district, a local retail district for services that the locals need, and then a regional commercial district that would bring in businesses that would draw from outside of the community, kind of like your Dollar General or gas stations, or usually can end up in those two. Now we could go down to just two commercial district, a downtown and a general retail district. Does anybody have any thoughts on having two or three commercial districts?
With the way we define them, does it have any bearing on any bringing in any like liquor permits or entertainment districts, things of that nature? Because I know there's a lot of different state laws in regards to that. Would any of this impact that? And should we be looking at maybe something along the waterfront as far as that type of a definition too, Dave?
Well, you got the waterfront overlay district that
Kind of
currently will
encompasses it
cover
all.
all those properties.
I think my initial thought would be, let's take a look at what the definitions are and then maybe refine it down. But I don't really have a strong sense one way or the other, just kind of discussing it without looking at the text.
I guess the way I had initially have started it is that the C3 would have all the automobile commercial uses, the self-storage, the gas stations, motor vehicle dealers, automobile rentals. So that'd be like a enterprise car rental, automobile services, which would be your instant oil change, not actual repair of vehicles. And then it would also have like building trade contractors and construction, specialty, sales, rentals, and services. So kind of like a place that you can rent a Bobcat, like a handy rents that's in East Lake. Rent a Bobcat or some construction tools. And other than that, a lot of the similar, and then some of the uses that would not appear in the C3 are your libraries, your museums, your community centers. You could have a place of worship in any of the districts. Sports and membership fitness club I had proposed to put in just in the C3, along with indoor commercial recreation and studio for instruction. And theaters, aquariums, meeting facilities are in all the districts. Restaurants should be in all the districts. Hotels and motels would only appear in the C2. We could just put hotels into just the C3 because it's more of a regional thing. So those are kind of the uses that probably could use a differentiation if you don't want to have motels or hotels everywhere and gas stations everywhere.
Anybody have any strong feelings one way or the other?
No.
This is Doug. I'm not against the three commercial definitions because it might make it easier to tie into architectural design criteria.
Well, the C1 would have the downtown architectural design requirements. C2 and C3 would have the just standardized architectural standards, just to give it some, make sure you didn't get concrete boxes.
I have no other problems with it.
I guess I would recommend the three districts.
Okay.
So currently C1 is a neighborhood district, C2 is your downtown district, and C3 could be a regional district. So for a purpose statement for C1, I would recommend to provide a neighborhood district to accommodate sale and convenience retail goods and personal services that primarily serves the residents of the village. And the C2 district would be provided a downtown district that will preserve and enhance the historic central business district of the village through a mixture of community facilities, businesses, recreational uses that serves as a gathering place for the community. Then C3 could be provide a regional district to provide retail and services businesses serving the needs of the village residents and residents from neighboring communities. C3 business district is intended to provide an environment of a wide range of businesses and enterprises. The proposal makes the commercial uses to provide goods and services for both the village and the surrounding areas. Does everybody like those purpose statements, or any tweaks in those purpose statements?
I think I'm fine with them, Dave.
I'm good with it so far. This is Doug.
They're good as they stand.
Yeah, this is Norm. That all sounds good, Dave. Thank you.
Okay. All right. The MR district was also thrown in here, and the Marine Recreation District is got a purpose statement to provide an area for commercial and commercial recreation uses that are dependent on the Grand River or Lake Erie.
That's fine.
Okay. Now, the MI district was originally intended for shipyards, tugboats, ship piloting when it was originally created back in the 20s. How much of a working harbor do you still have down there? Do you still have those kind of businesses in here? Do you want to provide for an area for those kind of businesses?
I mean, the stone docks are pretty active. I mean, we're not building ships by any stretch of the imagination, but it's got a pretty good industrial use yet in a couple of areas. And then, when they're working on the breakwater and the break wall, there's tugboats, et cetera, there. So
These could be good industries for. You still have a lot of riverfront, and and they still provide. The Corps still dredges it to provide a shipping channel, correct?
yes,
So it is still a working harbor.
it is.
So maybe we definitely should keep the industrial district then. So I
Yeah.
have a proposed purpose statement to provide a marine industrial district to provide an area of industrial uses that are dependent on the Grand River or Lake Erie. I think it's pretty clear on that.
Agreed.
If there's no changes to the purpose statement, does the Planning Commission wish to forward this on to the council? These purpose statements to the council as is.
This is Doug. I'm good with it.
I think we should forward them to council.
I agree.
This is Norm, and I agree as well.
Maybe you should do a motion to pass these purpose statements as amendments to the Fairport Harbor Code. Section numbers will be provided later.
I'll make that motion.
This is
Second,
Norm.
Doug.
Amy, please call the roll.
Okay, Norm,
Yes.
Joe?
Aye.
Doug?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Has everybody had a chance to look over the proposed purpose statement, proposed uses for each one of these districts? Took all the uses per possible uses and put them into a chart format. Currently, everything is in a list. Chart format would be easier for someone to use as they go through your zoning code. So the first section of proposed uses would be office and professional uses. Administrative office could be in any district except for MI and MR. I mean, I'd go through each one of them separately. Does everybody have a chance to look them over? Does anybody have any questions about a use? What it is or what it can do?
I've got no questions.
No questions here.
I had none either.
This is Norm, and I have no questions either. I do like the setup, though, with the table like this.
Very easy.
Okay, then you can forward it on to the council if you wish.
How you want a motion for that too?
That would be my suggestion.
I'll make a motion to forward the list on to council for their consideration.
I'll second that.
Okay. Norm,
Yes.
Joe,
Aye.
Doug,
Aye.
Mayor.
Aye.
Thank you.
Before we go on, I think I should make a point of clarification for the minutes and then all of our motions this evening. I think I've been saying or asking Amy to call the roll. I believe in Robert's Rules of Law, calling the roll just stops debate on the subject, not actually voting on those motions. My intent was to vote on those motions. I don't know if we need to go back through and do those again, or if this statement would suffice. I know Jim's not here to clarify that, but it just dawned on me. Calling the roll just stops debate on a subject. It's not actually voting on the motion. So I don't know if we want to back up and do lot split B and just vote on it again, lot split A, vote on it again, and then these last two and just vote on it without me saying call the roll. We probably would be good to do that.
What do you think, Dave?
Okay with me.
All right, if we have to do that, let's do it. It's Norm.
Okay, so I'll make a motion then to approve lot split B as proposed.
This is
Second,
Norm, and
Doug.
Okay, Amy. We have a second from Doug.
Okay. And we'll do the roll again. Norm,
You're not
Yeah.
doing the roll, Amy. You're just taking the vote.
just taking the vote.
Yes, ma'am.
So we had all ayes for lot split B.
Yes. Okay, I'll make a motion for lot split A to be approved as recommended.
Norm here, and I'll make a second on that motion.
All right. All yeses for approval on lot split A.
Aye. Okay, and then to move the proposed definitions and the chart on the council, I'll make a motion to do that as well.
This is
Second.
Norm. I'll make a second.
All right. Then that was approved for the definitions, descriptions for the industrial uses.
Yes. Very good. Okay, sorry, Dave, for hijacking your portion of the meeting. Go on and continue, please.
All right, that's all I have for you tonight.
Okay, well, I thank you for that, Dave. There's a lot of work that you put together there, and I know there's a lot more to come. I'm sure council will have some suggestions as well. And I know Doug's looking forward to the text getting kind of updated as well. The chart's going to go a long ways in helping answer questions quickly as well. So that's a nice bit of work.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the good work, Dave.
Thank you. But of course, it's all self-preservation, and being the assistant zoning inspector makes it a lot easier to work with.
Understood. Okay, well, if there's no other business, I would make a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Doug.
Second.
I think we're all eyes on that too.
Okay, very good. Meeting is adjourned.
All righty. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Have a good evening.
All right.
You have to mention that Amy was Tom's older sister.
It's
Goodbye, everybody.
All
Thank
right,
you. Good
guys.
meeting.
I
Good
wouldn't
night.
touch-
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.